these short, gray... they look kind of like halflings or dwarves.
For our lady, for she serves him!
Describe the sound that this blunderbuss makes for me.
I'm gonna climb higher into the tree and start meowing like a cat.
All right, fuck it. I'm cutting this bitch down.
I'm gonna walk like away so I don't get crushed by the tree. I'm gonna just move down here.
Meow!
Hello?
Grace, tread easily.
Who are you? I mean, I don't really know where I am right now.
It's Sif.
I haven't felt your presence in a long time, Sif.
We're all playing an important role.
Are you sure the little man has to play a role? Because I feel like we could do without him.
Yes, I am sure.
Okay, you say so.
Welcome back to the Natural Ones podcast, everyone. I believe Jerry is still eating mac and cheese, but we will carry on. I think the last time we all got together, you guys had two of the party had eagerly gone to sleep after a ferocious battle with a bunch of Darrow ambushing you. If you can remember, Darrow are these small, pale, gray, dark-skinned, red-eye, dwarven fiend-looking dudes. They kind of just ambushed you and surprised you out of nowhere, yelling random crazy things about they were attacking for their lady, for she serves him. That was as cryptic as it could get. Screaming. I don't know if you guys even got that, because I kind of screamed it frantically at you.
I don't remember that part.
But yeah, I remember that happened because I was really excited
I don't remember that. I don't remember that phrase, I should say.
Okay, yeah, it may have been a little loud because I kind of screamed it. I won't lie to you guys, but I said for our lady, for she serves him.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That.
So you guys got into the town of Gallus. You entered through. You saw a sawmill. You talked to some gentle folk. Yep. With their southern twang or West Virginia twang, whatever you want to call it. And you guys made your way to the inn. The town itself reminded you of like what we would consider a classic like Bavarian town with like wood and like wooden houses and everything like that. You notice that like there's a storm kind of brewing off in the distance. Gris, if you recall, you had not finally, I guess, but you had talked to your god. And you kind of had some like weird blackout moment, if you recall.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't like that.
Yeah, you didn't really like that. And that was after you had been already heavily damaged. So that was like kind of like insult to injury, or like getting like shaken up left and right. So you just wanted to get into town, get to the inn, and I think you went right to sleep. Yeah. And Hugh, I think you took Scarl and went off to sleep in a room with 2 beds.
Yeah, I commandeered the room with 2 beds.
Yep. And Aang, I think you actually stayed down with Remulus.
Yeah, because we were feeling kind of hungry after cutting Jerry down from a tree.
Oh, that did happen.
I took massive damage because Aang cut me down from a tree.
Because you refused to come down.
You did refuse to come down.
I wanted to look at the sights.
Well, we needed to move on.
I think you... Yeah, that was rough. But, so, Aang, what are you going to do? You see a tavern full of people.
I am going to post up at this little table here, like on the end by the end of the bar, and just kind of gonna order up some food and for myself and my dog here, and just gonna kind of listen into the crowd and see if I pick up any local gossip or any local news or anything that may be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a seat. There's four rectangular tables with benches instead of individual seats. And you pull up behind a group of people. You see three individuals talking. Some of them in more hushed tones than others. And you hear an elf. He's speaking the loudest, and you easily overhear him complaining about how his cows aren't producing milk if this storm produces too much thunder. And quickly after that, you see an older woman looking very underwhelmed with these problems that this elf is having, and chimes up that there hasn't been much in the way of the UTC deliveries as of late, and she wonders if she should have her son, Zane, go and speak to the old madman, Olin Weaken, about the next shipment. She has a fine amount of wine that needs to be sold, and the UTC keeps screwing them over. And then you see another individual who you assume is her son, Zane, and he leans in, whispering. Do you want to roll a perception check or anything like that to see if you can hear what he's whispering? Or
I do. Totally. Oh wait, I'm not down here. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're asleep.
Yeah, so just run 1d20. Oh, are you fucking kidding?
What'd you roll, Aid?
A natural 1.
That's
What's your perception modifier? Probably pretty bad. It's probably like, actually you're a ranger. You should have good perception.
+2.
Okay, so a 3.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything of what he talks about, and he leans in and whispers over to the older woman, and that's pretty much all you can make out, that they're talking about something that they don't want heard.
I wonder.
You see the barkeep exit the bar and come over to you just to see how things are going. He says, "Well, how are you doing today, sir? Are you a Dragonborn?"
Well, yes, I am.
Oh, you must be the first Dragonborn I've ever seen in these parts.
Thank you, I guess.
My name's Hal, and if I can get you anything, would you like something to eat? I can rust something up for you. I got Frank in the back. He's cooking up some meat right now.
Thank you.
Is that your dog?
Yes. This is Romulus.
Is it a dog?
Yes. This is Romulus. He's harmless as long as you stay on his good side.
Oh well. I hope he sees no other side of me. There's no other side to be seen, you know.
Oh, it seems like it. You seem like a nice wholesome folk.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'll have 2 orders of whatever meat he's cooking up. One for me and one for my pal here.
That's it.
And also a nice tall ale, whatever you got on tap.
I don't know if I have any tall tales to tell you, but I can get you a cold beer.
Yes.
And he kind of laughs at himself before you even have a chance to not laugh at him, as he walks away to go get you some ale and or meat. ?
All right.
Is there anything else you're gonna do, or are you just gonna kind of have your pint after listening to that? And they continue to talk. The one elf keeps discussing the storm coming and his cow's well-being, but nothing major comes up other than what you've already heard.
I kind of lean over and tap on the elf's shoulder and say, "Hi, I'm not from around here, but couldn't help overhearing you talking about an incoming storm. How bad do you think it's going to be? Like, is it going to be around for a while, or?"
Well, my name is Jeff, and that's Jeff, not Jeff. I have a brother named Jeff, but I'm Jeff.
Pleased to meet you, Jeff.
Well, pleasure meeting you. Pleasure meeting you. I'm not sure. I've seen it off in the distance. We haven't had a storm like this in quite some time, you know. But I got to admit, I'm a little apprehensive about my cows and them being able to produce milk. You know, the sky opens up and hear the booming.
Mm-hmm.
Cows just lay down and no milk to be had. So that means a lot of trouble in this town. You know, we kind of all depend on each other. No one really. UTC, he spits out. He has some like chew tobacco in his mouth, and he spits it out into a spittoon in the corner. The UTC spits out again. They really screw us over with everything we've been trying to get into these parts.
Sounds pretty awful.
Yeah, it's
Sound like assholes.
yeah. They're UTC. You know, usually we like to joke around saying they're usually the closest, because it's always a joke they never come by.
Well, hopefully the storm doesn't stick around then.
Yeah, I really hope not. Otherwise, old man Olin Weekend. Have you met him yet?
Is his place right out by the entrance of the town?
No.
Well, then no.
He's our UTC rep. Usually, folks coming through town usually go see him first. They assume that the UTC runs things everywhere, but
Nope. Haven't.
you know, sometimes.
Haven't. Can't say as I've met him yet.
Well, do your best to avoid him. He's a madman. In general, we don't really get along.
Well,
He keeps telling us that the UTC's coming, and they're always late, or they don't even show up at all.
well, I've had my own fair share of run-ins with the UTC, and I'd rather not deal with them either.
Oh yeah, what'd they do to you?
That's a tale for another day.
We all got time with this storm on the way.
It's been a long day traveling for me. I think I'll save that tale for another night. How about that?
All right, stranger.
Pleasure meeting you.
And with that, the barkeep comes back with 2 plates of what looked like steak to you, like an in-bone T-bone steak, and also a pint of a golden ale.
Ooh.
Now, would you like me to put this on the floor for your pup, or is it a he? Do they sit at the table?
The floor is fine. He prefers that.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, here you go. I'll be at the bar if you need me.
Thank you. Hal, right?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
All right. So you go on and you continue to eat everything in front of you. They added a little bit of a couple potatoes and some they look kind of like carrots, but they're purple. And you kind of poke at those a little bit. I'm guessing, I don't know how big you are, how big Aang is on his vegetables, but
He steers clear of them.
oh, very well then. Is there anything else? Anybody else you want to talk to? Anything else going on, or do you spy anything else? I mean, you see 2 additional patrons at the bar. They're really not talking to anybody. They're just looking at their tall pints of ale, sipping slowly, making comments to the barkeep as he walks by. In the other corner of the bar, you see a guard who looks like he just got off of duty, and you also see another robed individual with a staff in the corner.
No, just kind of finish up eating for the night and decide to go up to my room. Getting pretty tired, good full stomach, and so I'd leave a couple gold pieces on the table, and head up to the room.
All right. So you head up to your room, and you guys. Is anybody else waking up or anything like that?
No, I'm just sleeping.
Like
sleeping
just
through the
going to
night.
bed?
Yeah.
All right. So
You can cut to just Scarl and me, and we're cuddled up like 2 peas in a pod. It's adorable, actually.
smash cut.
Smash cut. Also,
Smash cut.
there's a small fire burning in the trash can in the room.
because
Okay.
naturally.
It's relatively contained. Just kind of smoldering there.
What were you burning?
Just belly button lint and paper. Hugh is afraid of the
How
dark.
productive is your belly button?
I'm a very hairy person, and Hugh is. You know, he is actually described as when naked, people aren't actually aware that he is naked because of how much hair he has.
I do remember that being discussed. So
Yeah, that's a consistent image.
But yeah, Hugh's afraid of the dark, so he always lights a little nightlight before he goes to bed.
all right. Well, the next the morning, the sun rises, and it's a new day. You guys make your way downstairs, and you see a couple sweet rolls left out on the bar for people to pick up in the morning, but not much else. You see the barkeep, Aang, from last night. He's washing a couple plates at the bar, just like drying them off. You're not really sure if they were even cleaned. He's just like wiping them down, just like trying to keep busy. Not much else really going on. Nobody's in the tavern this early in the morning. Everyone had cleared out from the night.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I would like to order a whiskey first thing in the morning.
Sir, you want a whiskey?
Yes. It's antiseptic. It kills the germs. I always have a big old glass of whiskey every morning.
Well, I don't know much about that, but here you go. And he pours you a shot.
One for my Scarl as well. And
Your Scarl? Who's Scarl? Is that your buddy with the horns?
Nope. And I grab Scarl by the scruff of the neck and I deposit him on the bar. The bar.
Jumping lizards. That's a lizard. The
Yes.
lizard can't drink.
Oh, he can drink you under the table. Believe me.
Well, I don't know about that.
They're all
But-
alcoholics. Trust me.
All right, you're paying for it. Whether or not you drink it or not, it's up to you. He pours another shot and slides it over towards Scarl.
Excellent. I'm quite pleased.
I'm gonna come down the stairs now from the bedrooms into the. It's morning, right?
Yeah, it's next morning. You guys are the only people really at the bar grabbing some sweet rolls and or whiskey. You notice that the cloaked man is still in the corner. He's munching on a sweet roll, kind of minding his own business.
All right, I'm gonna come down, and I'm just gonna say, we got some eggs, eggs, and maybe some coffee.
Well,
Anybody? Barkeep.
Yes, I'm right here. Sir, what was your name again? You're not Scarl, right?
Nope, not Scarl. Just eggs and coffee, please.
Oh, well, that's a peculiar name, but eggs and coffee, right, coming right up, eggs and coffee.
Thank you.
And momentarily goes into the back and comes back with a plate of eggs and a steaming mug and puts it in front of you and says, "Oh, no, that'll be a couple silver, like 5."
That sounds. You know what? I'm just gonna push 5 silver over, and just say thank you.
Thank you kindly. People normally don't order eggs, so I didn't know really what to ask.
I just start eating the eggs.
Take a complimentary sweet roll or just eggs?
I'm not really
eggs.
into continental breakfast. I don't think Grizz does a whole lot of carbohydrates.
Breakfasting?
So
Oh, low carb. You're on the.
he probably keeps it pretty keto, I think.
Oh, okay.
Fucking lame.
What are you talking about, Aang? You had 2 steaks. You had a steak last night for dinner, and you didn't eat your vegetables.
I've had the potatoes.
Oh my Lanta.
That's a starch, not a vegetable.
I don't want to hear it. You're not my mother.
Oh my gosh. So, is there anything else you guys are gonna do? Or are you just gonna finish up breakfast?
Are
and
we all
then,
sitting together, or are we sitting apart?
I'm
think
definitely
we
not
established
sitting with
that.
them.
You're not.
Are you sitting at like a table by yourself?
I'm sitting at the bar with Scarl.
I'll
Okay.
sit with Aang.
Yeah, we're posted up at a table. Doesn't matter which one.
Are you at that same table you were at last night?
Yeah, I guess so, because that's the only one that's really... Well, they're all open now at this point, huh?
Is there anyone interesting in the bar that I see? Because I didn't really partake anything last night, so I just wanted to go to bed.
The only thing you notice in the same corner that he was sitting at last night, there is an older man with a cloak on, kind of staring at his sweet roll, and as you actually look over after finishing your eggs, he begins to weep.
Begins to weep.
Yeah, but he was there last night. Your guess that he may be a person who also was renting a room at the inn, so he might not be a local. That's why you're not seeing any of the other locals here. They're all kind of doing their morning chores and routines.
What does he look like? Like he's just a guy in a cloak?
Yeah, he's an older man wearing a cloak. He has a staff kind of leaned up against the wall behind him. He's sitting in the corner, which roll me an insight check.
Oh. First roll of the night for me. Oh, yeah, here it is. That's a 10 plus... Where is... 13.
Okay, so with a 13, you might assume from experience that he has this older man has decided to sit in the corner, maybe just to, make sure he can see the exits and see who's coming in and out, because that's something you would do.
I'm not going to approach him. I'm just going to keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't try to do anything bad.
Okay. He's just sitting there,
Man in the corner.
and he's just weeping occasionally.
If he's doing
know,
something
after,
bad, he's like lighting a bomb. I would say, what are you gonna?
Yeah,
do
and
bad?
after a minute, he kind of stops weeping and kind of just looks up to see if anybody noticed that he was crying, and sees you guys casually just staring at him and and he stops.
I just look at him and I say, "Pussy."
He begins weeping again whenever you say that to him.
Hugh, why the fuck would you say that?
I don't know. I just felt like it.
All right, Aang, are we ready to roll out of this place or what, man?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Do we know what we're doing today? We gonna go find this weekend guy?
Yeah, we...
Or there's
How do you know about Weekend?
They told us about it. We heard about Weekend from the mill, the farm that we were walking through when we came through the village. When we first entered.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I
heard
forgot about that.
Madman Weekend from the UTC.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess we go find this Weekend fella and see what's up.
I mean...
Figure out what's going on over here.
We can. I talked to a local last night, and he didn't seem too keen on him. They don't seem too kind on about the UTC around here.
Yeah, surprise. The UTC seems to ruffle a lot of feathers, so to speak.
I don't know. We can talk to him if you want, but
I just don't know if we have many other leads besides this Weekend feller.
all right. Well, I guess
I mean, besides that conversation, you guys know that there might be something hidden in the old town. That's kind of why you guys were coming here. You guys were told that there might be, the old town was one of the cities that the king visited after he, was able to unite the Roselands and fend off the rebellion in the south. And that he visited there during his grand tour after.
I personally think we should try to find our way over to Old Town. Sounds like there's quite a bad storm coming in soon, and I don't know how long it's gonna pin us down here. I'd rather try to explore a little bit before we get washed out.
Yeah, that seems fine to me.
How does that sound?
I'll just follow you guys. I don't care where we go.
Alrighty. Are we ready to roll out?
Yep.
All right. As I'm walking to the door, I want to like look over at the Weeping Man. He's right next to the door, right?
Yes, that is
Okay.
him in the corner there.
I'm
He's
gonna
right
look
next to the front door.
Okay, I want to walk over to the Weeping Man on the way out and just be like, "What's your story, pal?"
My name is Rondel. Rondel Mantor. Sorry for crying earlier, but I see some armaments. Are you three adventurers?
No.
No. Well then, what brings you to Gallus? That's really the only reason people come here.
I'm gonna look at him real hard in the eye and say, "Your story. I asked what it was, not for an inquisition."
Oh, my apologies. I'm an adventurer extraordinaire, and
You're an adventurer?
extraordinaire. He begins to weep again as he says extraordinaire. You can tell he's very like visibly upset.
I'm gonna place my hand on his shoulder and say, "This is really awkward. I'm gonna need you to just calm down and act like a goddamn man, please."
I mean, I lost them, okay? I lost the rest of my party. The rest of the adventurers extraordinaire.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a seat. I'm gonna pull up a seat next to him.
We were in the old town subsurface. I saw some shadows, okay? And usually that kind of stuff, that's what, unbuttons my jacket and, where's my gears? I stand in the back and shoot spells. That's what I do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, it was like all around me, I heard whispers of something, some people, I don't know. They just kept saying, the lady. We were going down a passageway. I was hoping to catch back up with some of my team. We're looking for any kind of artifacts, when the old town sank, it just sank, man. And everyone kind of left everything they had as fast as they could if they didn't die themselves in the panic. So there's all kinds of cool stuff down there, And
Like
I got a little
skeletons?
separated. Like what?
Like skeletons?
Sure, yeah. I've seen a couple skeletons down there.
Let's go, guys.
Oh, now you're
You
in.
ever pick a dead body with a
Well,
stick?
Wait. I heard screams and I ran away. I was all alone. I didn't know what to do. The local guard, they refused to chase after what they thought was probably just an echo in the dark. They don't believe me.
So
You guys are I heard you guys are going to the old town?
we might be wandering through there, right, Ang?
Yeah. I think it could be worth checking out.
It's on our to-do list. So just to recap here, you were in the subsurface. You saw some shadows. They said something about a lady, and you lost your party. Is that the long and short of it there?
Yeah, I got separated from them. It was a mess, man. They said they were just going down the hallway, okay? And I was just looking around in the room that I was in, and I heard screams. I saw shadows. I heard them. I'm really worried, man. If you find them, can you just tell them I went back to the inn. I went back to the tavern.
Hold on. You came with an adventuring party. You lost them, and your solution was to come back to the tavern and cry?
Well, I went to the guard and they refused to do anything, and I'm just one guy.
The guards wouldn't do anything.
If the rest of my party couldn't get out of there, it's been 3 days. You would think an adventuring party, seasoned. We're the guys. We're the guys that found the whale. Have you heard of us?
The well?
The whale.
No.
The whale. No, I haven't heard of you.
Well, that's a story for another time. Maybe if you find them, my friends, you can ask. But I'm just one guy. I can't. If the rest of my friends are, I'm worried they're dead. Like if they died, what am I supposed to do? Like, and the guard, they won't even help me. I mean, some adventurers fell down a hole, fell down in like a sinkhole. Something fell loose.
Do I
They're not
believe
helping
this
me.
Rondell character?
Roll for me.
I don't know if he's giving us a story here. Oh, that's bad. That's a 5. Is it insight?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, you genuinely believe what he's saying to you as the truth. Like he's freaked out. He doesn't know where to go. The guard kind of like laughed him off and saying, "Oh well, you're the adventurer. Why don't you go find your friends?"
All right, Ron.
kind of exactly like you're doing. And he just doesn't know how to keep it together.
I'm gonna turn to Aang and just whisper, "Is this something you think we should follow up on?"
We can keep an eye out for it.
I'll make it.
We're going that way anyway.
Hold up.
I'll make it.
Say it again.
I'll make it worth your while.
You'll make it worth our while.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we talking?
Of course. I mean, I'm an adventurer. I don't do things for free. I wouldn't expect you to, right?
That's right. If we were adventurers, of course.
Sure. Be secretive. I don't care. Keep your secrets. I mean, you guys, whatever. You guys could be a traveling band of bards for all I know.
Rondell, how much are we talking? And could you lead us?
I can give you this now. And he pulls out a hand-sized red ruby.
Damn.
You would assess that it's probably worth about 250 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I can give you this now. And, if you can get my friends back to me, or if the worst is true, lay them to rest or something. I don't know. At least I need to know what happened to them. I'll give you another one of these rubies. This money is worthless to me if I don't have my friends to spend it with. So I need to find them, and I need to get them back.
How many did you lose?
There were 4 of them.
4.
We'll keep an eye out for you, Ron.
Could you maybe draw some map as to where this occurred in the Undercity? I imagine it's fairly large.
I don't have anything I can really draw. Do you have something I can draw on? I'll try.
Sure, I'll hand him some paper. I don't know, some papyrus or whatever we use.
Okay. He draws like a rough sketch, and I will get that to you 3, so you can have that soon. I don't have something like that prepared for you right now. I can get that to you though.
That's fine. I think as long as we are able to navigate to where this occurred, that's all that matters. Yeah. That's all I really need. Yeah. I guess I could ask him to describe how to get there as well, but
how to get to the old city?
Well,
Old Town?
part where he lost contact with his party. The part because the Undercity is probably pretty large, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean it's
an entire city.
It's a city. It's a city from 1,000 years ago. So take that into consideration with things, but also it was a major city back in the day. So it was one of the bigger old cities.
Okay.
And that there was definitely a keep there because it was an important city during the Great War, and that the Rose Guard had a keep there. There was some people that's part of the reason why you're there. You're looking for artifacts, and anywhere the Rose Guard might have been, Shalou thinks there's possible lead there, and that there are salt mines, so there's even more areas under there that you haven't hit yet, or that you wouldn't know necessarily the extent of, I should say. So there's definitely an extensive amount of dungeoneering to undergo at this point. But he draws you kind of a sketch of a big room, and then there's two different pathways. He says to you that he explored this first passageway that would have been the door on the left of the big room, and his friends had gone down the doorway on the right of the big room, and that's where he got separated from them. He kind of draws what you might think is an exaggerated line of like hallway, because he's doing all this from memory, and he like he draws like a big circle around where this is where he heard the screams, and he had heard the voices, and he ran away as fast as he could.
Okay. All right. Thanks for this, Rondo. I assume we can find you in this very corner if we need to contact you again.
Yeah, I'm staying here until I hope my friends come back.
I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert. They're probably dead.
He looks at you. Are you... Oh, man. He just looks at you and starts crying. He doesn't... he's...
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, Ang, let's get the hell out of here.
I start giggling.
Excellent. I'm glad that is the chosen directive.
All right, so I'm gonna walk out of the bar here, the inn.
All right. I guess the rest of you guys are going to do that too.
Yeah.
As I start leaving, the chuckle like grows and grows until I'm just like cackling by the time I leave the bar.
Oh man.
I got up on the wrong side of the bed, guys. Just it's gonna be one of those days. You hear me?
Apparently.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are like right here.
Thanks for listening to the Natural Ones podcast. You can find us on Twitter at the Nat Ones Cast, or on Facebook, facebook.com/the Nat Ones Cast. You can email us, thenatonescast@gmail.com, or find us individually. You can find Aiden at Alakaya A58. You can find Zeki at Zektown, Jerry at JMEE3RD, or myself at Pat Ugro. Thanks for listening, and is that another natural one?
That upside down L-shaped building that you guys had been sleeping in was the Inn and Tavern. And that I think on the way in you saw that there were a lot of guards kind of coming in and out of this area, so you might think that might be like where the guard barracks are for the town and everything else. That this was like the sawmill up here. Do you guys see these boxes I'm drawing?
Yes.
Yeah, so like right on the left side as you're entering the town, there's like a big L-shaped building with like a large overhang with a big saw and a bunch of logs.
Yeah, we stopped there on the way in.
Yes.
Yeah, you stopped there on the way in. And you remember seeing the abandoned temples with the cemetery in the back. On the right side as you were entering the town. And upon exiting the inn and tavern, the sky is a very heavy. You feel the humidity, and the smell of a storm is very, very much present in front of you as you exit out of this tavern. And it's not storming yet, but the clouds are starting to darken over the city, over the town.
All right, gentlemen. Our two leads are, what, Will with the farm in the west, right? And,
Yeah, you know that he lives over here.
yeah, this Rondell character who lost some people in the Undercity, so it's up to you guys. I really don't care what we go pursue today. I just want to make sure it's productive and we can get out of this town as soon as possible. I don't like being this far south.
Yeah, it gives me the heebie-jeebies too.
Yeah. And it's
Mostly 'cause
crawling.
I just-
It's crawling
I
with
dislike
UTC. So
Southerners.
what?
Mostly because I just dislike the Southerners.
Yeah. It's listen. This place is crawling with UTC, and
It's actually not.
I thought you said there was a bunch of guards.
No, he said it was empty.
They're just town guards. They're
Oh,
not
okay.
necessarily UTC guards or anything like that.
All right. Well, this place is crawling with guards.
Yeah, one of the major complaints actually, Aang, I don't know if he conveyed this to you over breakfast, but last night whenever he was talking to some of the folks, one of the big things that he kind of garnered out of this is that the UTC kind of ignores this place, and you know, whether it be old madman Weekend or the UTC themselves, like they don't come as often as they should, and when they do, it's usually kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
So the general consensus in this town is that the UTC exists, but they don't really need them to exist.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna get much more from talking to some of the locals. I think we need to just try to find our way over to the old city and see what we get into.
Yeah, I gotta say I kind of agree with that. Follow the lead that seems the most productive here,
Yeah,
and it's got some gold attached to it. So,
exactly.
did we grab that ruby from him? By the way.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you guys took that.
All right, I just want to make sure.
If you right, as long as you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll take it. I mean, at the very least, if we don't follow up on this investigation, we're still up a ruby, right? So, all right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dick move, but yeah.
All right.
I mean, you guys also haven't told anybody that you're Rose Guard.
Yeah. I don't think
Aang
that-
is
That's not something.
Aang
that
is the only one. What?
Is that something you'd want to talk about? I feel like that's something you want to keep on the DL, right?
I mean, that's
I feel
completely up
people-
to you guys.
I feel people would know, considering I'm wearing mine as a spandex bathing suit.
I feel like at that point it's so stretched out that no one can tell what it actually is, right?
I mean, I have
There's actually a
mine on my
rose-
arm like a normal human being.
Yeah, and Hughes is actually like the rose is like right on the crotchal area. Like I just am picturing like a
Hughes will-
band like going up around him, but like right on the crotch is where the rose insignia is for like the monarchy.
Excellent.
If that makes sense.
I have mine hanging out in my back pocket now.
Kind of like a handkerchief.
Yes.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys, yeah, if you wanted to tell people that you were with the Rose Guard, and like, I mean, you can totally play that however you want.
Does
you
that
know?
like grant you in this universe? Would that grant you some kind of favor, like from people, or are they indifferent? Would they know what it is?
People don't know that the Rose Guard currently exist. They know that the Rose Guard did exist, and they know that the Rose Guard used to be like the king's, like the original monarch's, like personal guard, and for a number of monarchs after. Also, the original Rose Guard was, and you guys would know this, I think Aang specifically, and you guys might have discussed this as you guys were making your travels initially from Green Foam. You guys would know that the original Rose Guard was also the original council for the monarch, and it was more of like the council afterwards was chosen by the new monarch, as is the transition of power. So it wasn't necessarily like a thing that the Rose Guard were going to continually be in the council, but for a number of monarchs after the first of King Ram, there were one or two or more Rose Guard members on the council. But at a certain point, like, the Rose Guard kind of just disappeared. Like, they went from being some, like, an official organization of power to kind of just forgotten about, not as important, more of like figureheads, to not really existing, at least publicly. Apparently now you guys know that they never disbanded and they were just working in secret. That was kind of the whole deal with Green Foam. But, now I think after you guys had talked to the Queen, she kind of has said, we need to bring them back. Like, we need to establish the idea that the monarchy is strong and, like, can't let whatever is going on with, these abyssal appearances and problems with the UTC trying to strong arm people.
So would the UTC see the Rose Guard as a threat?
Most likely.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like.
Especially after what happened in Brinst.
Right. All right. And also, like, the Rose Guard is kind of like the Secret Service and the CIA, like, or FBI wrapped into one. Like a kind of like an amalgamation.
Yeah, you guys are like the above and beyond police.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck that in my pocket. I don't think it's wise for us. I
mean, as you guys are gonna be doing things from now on, like, don't be surprised if your notoriety increases because of, whatever you may or may not do.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well,
I want to put it in a way that makes sense, where the Queen may be announcing in the near future that you guys exist again, and that the keep.
I don't like that.
That the keep is being restored.
I feel
like
she's
she's making a political move at the same time. So, like,
we'll have to have that conversation with her. I think. I mean, personally, I think we'd be better off operating under the radar than. There's only 3 of us. I don't,
Well, there's also Shalou.
2.5, really.
And yeah, right. And you may or may not. I mean, Shalou hasn't told you that there's any other members. Like, there may be other members you just haven't met yet. But, like, as far as you guys know, there's the 3 of you and Shalou, and she's having you guys do specific things, and now the Queen is also asking you to do specific things, as well as, like, kind of be representations for the monarchy. And that's something that I think in the Lost episodes we touch on with your discussions.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was one thing you specifically, Gris, expressed. So
yeah, I don't like being an arm of the monarchy. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Somehow, though, it's kind of like what you half-heartedly, I think, not knowingly agreed to in helping Shalou, and now she's kind of just like roping you into more things.
Okay. All right. And I think we need to, like you said, head to the subsurface here. Right?
I agree.
Old Town. All right. Let's hit it.
All right. As you guys are making your way south from the tavern towards Old Town, you notice that there are a large number of guards running towards a rectangular building across from the town guard. It is for you guys. It's this building right here.
Okay.
You make out a faded UTC logo above the front door. But you just you see a bunch of town guard running to and from the building across the street, essentially
into their own barracks.
Yeah, into their barracks, and then more people are coming out and going over to there. And there's just like a small crowd of like 4 or 5 townsfolk, kind of seeing what's going on and poking their heads in. Aang, make a perception check.
Nice. Ooh. 19.
You specifically, from across the way, can spy out both of the old woman from last night as well as her son Zane.
Oh. Okay.
They're kind of like peeking around, and you also, as you guys are making your way south and you're passing by this pen of cows, you notice that the other man that, or was he an elf? Yeah, the elf was kind of noticing what the calamity that was going on outside and starting to make his way towards the UTC building as well. And the cows, you notice, are sitting. They're laying down.
Oh, rain's coming.
Do we want to check out this building, or do we want to just make our way? I mean, it seems like they're occupied. Might be good for us.
Yeah, I think we should use this distraction. I don't think we want to get caught up in all of that with the townsfolk and the guards.
Or we could light the town on fire and let everything sort itself out.
No.
Just saying.
That's just my opinion. No.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I'm kind of with Aang on this one, guys.
And I if I remember correctly, Hugh said he's just going to go wherever you guys are going.
Yeah. Let's
Fine.
we're just gonna head to Undertown. Undercity.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys are exiting out of the main area, you kind of see the last row of houses here. And you also notice on this side on the left side of town, the eastern side of the town, a large number of rows of grapevines. And you can assume that is where Gris, it kind of hits you like it did the previous night. You kind of remember again that, oh yeah, Gallus is known for some of their wine exports whenever you can get it.
Okay.
And you remember stocking it at the bar in Greenfield.
Right. Yeah. Good wine. Good stuff.
I'm more of a white wine drinker myself.
Sure.
All right, so you guys have officially made your way to outside of the Newtown city limits. And can you guys see everything, or is it a dark screen?
Can see everything.
See it? Yep.
Zutalor. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you guys can see in the distance, there's a lot of foliage. It's really overgrown. And everything else. Aang will be the representation for the party right now.
That's fine.
Alright, so you guys come across an opening in front of you, and you see that it's kind of swampy. There's a lot of overgrowth and undergrowth going on. You could easily get lost into some of the bogs over here. And are you guys going to continue on straight, try to get through these trees? And you notice that there are a large number of what look like buildings and some decrepit and knocked down walls. There are some pushed over columns and statue pieces and stuff like that in the distance. Are you guys going to just kind of push forward? Are you guys going to check out?
Is this all water?
Do you
here?
notice-
The blue is water.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a marshy water.
Okay,
It's like
alright.
a foot or two of water.
That place is a real shithole, Aang.
I've seen better.
All right, you lead the way, my friend.
Reminds me of home.
All right, so we kind of let's get through these trees and check out this old building over here.
All
I
right.
think these old pillars or something.
Sure. Lead the way.
So we kind of come over here, check out this.
You notice it's just like a rectangular structure. It's kind of like what you would assume may have been an old rooftop. It has like these rectangular cuts along the top of it, and you seem to notice that there's a number of old looking barrels, maybe a dilapidated structure, an old campfire or two. Maybe some adventurers had stopped here to camp for the night.
Is that what this like big pile of stuff is here? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But You don't see any doors or there's no staircases or anything like that.
Well, let's continue then through all this little campsite here.
All right.
Through to what's this statue all about? Is it just like a regular old knocked over statue?
Yeah, it's a statue of what looks like a woman wearing a robe. You can't get really much out of it. The face has actually been destroyed on this statue. The eyes have been. It looks like someone took like a hammer to it and knocked the eyes clean off.
So just kind of keep coming down here, coming into this larger building.
This is actually so the inside of the building you really wouldn't be able to see right as of yet. You just see like a large rectangular shaped building, and that would be like the top floor. Like it's all wall going to the top, and it's roofed. So you can't really see inside of it as of yet.
Are there any windows?
There are a few windows.
Can I look through a window?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna start skipping rocks in the marsh.
All right, make a perception check, Pat.
Okay.
I thought you were asking me. I'm like, ooh, did I stumble across something?
Roll a
4.
what would it be? 4? Oh god. And then Hugh, roll an athletics check.
Okay. Fuck, where's the die?
So top left, hover over the die. You can go down.
Oh, there we go.
And highlight.
Perfect.
Oh.
13 minus 1 is 12. I'm a chubby bastard.
So as you were trying to skip some rocks, it took you a couple tries to get the feel for it again, but
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did you say acrobatics?
athletics.
Oh. Wait, where's that?
It's up at the top, under strength.
Oh, it's under strength?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's +1, not -1. So,
All right, 14.
yeah.
It takes you 2 tries, and after the second try, you're able to start skipping things like 5 or 6 times, and you're trying to just outdo yourself every single time. And you notice Scarl turning his head, and I think after like the 3rd or 4th rock, he like tries to catch the rock you release with his tongue, and he just keeps missing. His depth perception's a little off.
Every time I throw a stone, I look at Scarl and I say, "Pull!" Like it's a skeet shooting.
Perfect. And Gris, as you look through the building, look into the window, you don't really see much. It's very, very dark. You can kind of make out like a table or two, and maybe something off into the corner, but nothing really solid.
All right. Looks good inside, Aang. Got a real good look at it, and should totally go in there.
All right. Well, I trust you.
Wrong move, my friend.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, right? Nothing could ever go wrong here.
No.
The Pokemon theme, like get ready for battle, music starts playing and the screen starts spiraling inward.
Bump, 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 bump. So yeah, there's no real way to get into this building, but you guys can kind of search along if you want to. Hugh's in the water now. That's good.
I'm standing in my ankles.
That's fine. And that's without the goblin shoes, right? You've since lost your goblin shoes.
Yeah, I'll have to make some new ones.
All right, so we can't get in this building then at all?
Not that way. Not through the wall. You do notice that there is a rickety-looking bridge
Around the corner.
in the corner in front of you.
What is this thing over here? Where Q is now.
That's
That's
statue.
the-
That is
Yeah.
that is the statue with no eyes.
Ah, that's the statue.
Yeah. Guys, I think we're gonna have to go around.
All right.
All the way around.
All right, I'm following you.
All right. So as you guys make your way around, you end up probably somewhere over here, which is looping around what would be like almost like a lake-looking body of water, and you end up over by another old-looking bridge, but you notice that in the middle of the bridge, a couple of the boards have been knocked out.
Do we need to go up there, though? Oh, wait. Is this bridge, like, you can only get to it from... Oh, so we have to go, like... We have to go...
Yeah, you guys loop around from the north.
So we're, like,
north
actually
side.
over on the side that... Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. There's a broken boards?
Yeah, there's a couple broken boards in the middle of this. For the sake of you guys, it's like one square, but there's like that represents like 5 feet, and you can imagine like 2 of 5 boards have been knocked out in the middle of the bridge.
All right. Something tells me we have to find some 2x4s so we can make this bridge passable again.
I mean, you guys could potentially try to just cross it and see what it is. I mean, you notice. I mean, you notice it's an old door, or not old door, an old bridge. So the wood, you might want to test it first on the first step, but then once you get like a bearing,
I'm gonna cross it.
all right,
Yep.
make a athletics check or an acrobatics, either one,
Acrobatics or athletics?
whichever you.
While he's trying to cross it, I'm going to throw a rock at him.
Where is my... Oh, here we go. So that's a 7 acrobatics. 7.
7, huh?
I feel that's pretty good. Get across the bridge.
I feel like you're going to land your ass in the marsh.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like I like tiptoe and maybe wiggle a little bit, you know.
Nah.
No.
I think you're ending up in the marsh.
Damn it.
Hugh, roll a d4 for me.
Yes, rock is useful.
Actually, first roll a d20.
Oh, no.
So yeah, you hit him with a rock, and it's just enough as he's trying to cross over in mid jump that he like tweaks his leg after you hit him square in the back, and as he like starts twisting in the middle of the air mid jump, and lands directly on like the middle board.
As I'm falling into the water, I yell, "Oh, fuck you!"
Yeah, so like what you could imagine seeing was, as you made it to this middle part of the bridge, there was a board here, there's this broken board, and there's another board, and then there's another broken board as it gets to the next one, and you kind of split the difference here, Chris.
Just slams into that middle board.
Slams right into this middle board, and
It's like those.
that board
It's like
also
those videos.
snaps.
It's those videos of like people jumping off of roofs into pools and just going like slamming into the side of the pool instead.
Please tell me you yell parkour before jumping.
Hardcore.
And it's just not acrobatic enough. You kind of just go right through it, like it was like a refrigerator box.
It just crashes through the slate.
Yeah.
Can I come over
So-
here and try jumping across this little like gap? And
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a jump. So make a hell of an athletics roll.
all right, 20 baby, +3.
So hey, how do you want to do it? Do you want to like jump on the back of your ice wolf, and like leap across? Like how are you doing it?
I get a little bit of a running jump, just kind of like take a few steps back here, and just take a huge just 1 foot leap basically, and just go for it, and do a nice little like tumble roll, stick the landing, and boom.
Do you like leap off? Like one of your leaps is off the top of my head, which is partially submerged in the water.
No, I'm like not even like over on your like by the bridge. I'm like kind of off over to the side here.
Okay.
Next
You
to
just
this
made
like
a 7 foot long jump, like effortlessly into a
yeah.
That looks like a bush, like a bramble of thorns on that landing area.
Yeah, but because he was so acrobatic about it, he tuck and tumbled right over top of it, and his leather armors were able to protect him.
Jaggerbushes stand no chance.
All right.
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I just look at Grizz and I look at Aang and I just say, "You goddamn idiots, we have magic." And I cast Mold Earth and just raise a little land bridge for me to walk across.
That's wonderful, and I would expect nothing less. So Gris is just kind of hanging out.
I specifically make the land bridge like 3 feet to the right of Grizz, so I just strut by him as he's sitting there in the swamp.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna crawl out of the marsh. I'm not gonna use the land bridge. I'm just gonna go through the water and just be stubborn.
Roll a d20 for
Damn
me.
it. And I drown. 11 plus anything? Plus thieves'
No,
tools.
it's just at 11. So you passed. It was a 10 or less kind of scenario. If you rolled less than a 10, you were going to have disadvantage on being sneaky. Because
Does that squishy shoes for the rest of the trip?
yeah, you're going to have super squeaky, watery shoes that were going to squish.
Yes.
But you rolled an 11, so you were above you saved.
Okay.
Luckily,
so-
you wrapped your boots in garbage bags before we left.
I learned that from being from the north. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
They weren't. It was. You picked up some grocery sacks that the barkeep was gonna throw away, and you remembered from that one time in Green Foam. You're saved, luckily, and you notice that there's a stone door right here in front of you, Aang.
Guys, found a way into this building, I think.
Okay.
Are you gonna just go in, or are you gonna
I'm gonna knock.
check it? What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door,
Yep.
and you hear no answer.
I think we should go in.
Ladies first.
All right, whatever. Fuck it.
So you push the door open, and it's dark in there.
Hey, Hugh,
It is very dark.
here's your chance.
Gris, I think you're the only one that can actually see much.
Oh, me?
Yeah, because you have dark
Right,
vision,
yes.
right? So everything is very dim to you. Probably about as dim as it was in the other building that you try to peep into.
All right. Do I see anything inside there?
Not really. You see a bunch of broken barrels and chairs in the corner of the south end of the room. And it's a sizable room, about, it's like 15 by 20. You see an old mold-covered, moss-covered barrel in the corner. And in the doorway in front of you, you definitely notice a large pile of stone from a collapsed part of the ceiling.
Can we move the stone? Is it blocking the hallway completely?
Yeah, it would be. You would have to make a check to get over to kind of jump over that. But you do have a wizard with you, or a cleric.
Hey, Hugh,
What?
can you take care of this debris up here?
What do you mean take care of you? You want me to take it out back and whack it?
No, I just need you to clear it out of the way so we can get through this hallway.
I already used Mold Earth, though.
Oh no! Can you just say you didn't and do it anyway?
I mean, it is a cantrip, but it's more the principle of the thing.
Right.
Why do you gotta be a dick now? Or really just all the time?
What debris do I have to... Oh, this one block in the hallway?
It's like all this collapsed stone in the doorway, as well as there's. You can kind of look ahead and notice that there's a bunch more, just debris strewn about.
Hugh, if you do this, you can light some stuff on fire.
All right, deal. I'm gonna pour some lamp oil on the rocks before I move them, just so it's like a cool pyrotechnics display. And I'll cast Mold Earth and blow that debris to the back of the room.
What?
Just
All right, so some weird.
and I just scream Slayer
You
as
just
I
high
do it.
juke into those rocks.
That's excellent. All right, yeah. So these rocks have officially been thrown everywhere.
Just like crashing into those crates and tables. Just
Yeah, and they're starting to catch on fire now.
flaming granite. All right, guys. Looks like we're gonna have to move fast.
I mean, the room you're in is all stone. There's stone walls, stone floors. So I don't think that it's really going to catch the whole building on fire. But
It's getting smoky in here.
it's going to definitely get smoky, and the air is going to not be that great.
Well, Hugh, I told you could light stuff on fire, but there's still that one thing. There's this pile of rubble in the middle here.
No, you guys could probably traverse over it.
Okay, we're good then.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys will be fine.
Hey, Grizz, don't fall through the ladder.
So as you guys make your way through a long corridor, you notice that there's another wooden bridge connecting to that first building that you could not get into. Do you guys want to are you like testing the boards again as you're passing through, or are you just gonna make a run for
Just
it?
gonna make a run for it.
I'll let Aang go
All
first.
right, Aang, you make it through, no issues.
All right.
I'm also gonna go across.
I would like to make an acrobatics check, and I want to try and just go on every other board to see if there's a secret code.
Okay, yeah, make one.
All right.
You try to do some weird like back handspring, and you end up like shoving your leg in between two of the boards. Like, you don't necessarily injure yourself, but you kind of look like an idiot while
God damn
you're
it.
doing it.
I will walk gingerly across the boards.
Oh my gosh, that's probably for the better. And you guys make it into the other big room, and it's pretty quiet. You don't hear anybody, any whispers or of anything, anyone saying the lady or anything crazy like that guy in the tavern was trying to make it out to be. But you do notice that people like have definitely been here before. This might be one of the main ways to get into the subsurface of the old town. There's definitely signs of other people coming through here. It looks like maybe even some of these people that have been coming through here were the people that broke these tables. Maybe they just got too rowdy, or there's like food scraps, and it looks like broken bottles.
This place looks
Who
like a
knows?
real
Maybe even
shithole.
some of the locals come here and party or whatever.
Damn teenagers.
Yeah. What else do we see in this room? Is there any stairways or any other doors?
Yeah, there. You notice in the dim light that there is a stairwell heading down in this corner of the room, in the far southwest corner of the room. And besides that, there's just really like a lot of broken furniture, broken chairs, tables. There's just general trash around. It looks like in a corner there's like a pile of cloth. You're not really sure what was going on.
Sex stuff, probably.
Probably.
Sounds about right.
All right.
Any sweet graffiti.
Can I
Does
go?
anybody have something to make a torch with?
I do. I have a lantern.
Well, how about we light that up?
I have dark vision too, though.
Yeah, pass that shit, bro.
What?
He said light that up.
Yeah, I guess I'll
You-
light up the lantern. I don't
Hugh
know.
looks disappointed that it's not the lantern he was thinking of.
I guess I'll light the lantern and hand it to Aang, I guess.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. So, Gris, everything that was dim before is now, like, you can see it like it was a bright sunny day. And everybody else, everything's still kind of dim, and you guys can see for about like 30 feet around you. But before that, you guys were kind of in the dark. It wasn't very well lit. You could kind of see around where the windows were, some of the debris. But now that you have the torch, you can totally see that this is a wreck, and people had maybe been staying here for periods of time,
Some squatters.
maybe doing weird stuff in the corner. You never know.
All right. Do we want to head down now, or do we want to hang out here for a minute? What's the plan here, Aang?
Might as well keep on going.
All right, we go.
And you guys descend down the steps.
We don't hear anything or anything, right? It's very quiet.
No, it's very quiet. It's hauntingly
A
quiet.
little too quiet.
Got a bad
Yeah.
feeling about this place,
I was gonna
guys.
say I got a bad feeling about this.
You had to say it.
The only thing you actually do hear is the roll of thunder in the distance.
Sounds ominous.
I lay down and I start mooing softly. I'm not going to produce milk today.
Oh my gosh.
Do I see more than that? It's
Yeah,
okay.
you
If there's
actually
nothing relevant, I
see-
don't want to ruin it for everyone else. It's fine.
You see a doorway in front of you. And it's an open doorway. And then you also see a lot of empty bookshelves in this room. Some columns, more debris that has kind of fallen through from the ceiling. It's not completely see-through, like you can't see upstairs, but you can definitely tell that there was parts of the ceiling are caving in a little bit. And there is another doorway all the way to the east side of the room, that does have a stone door. And thinking about your actual and thinking about the map that you were given, you kind of can guess that maybe this might have been part of where this adventuring party has been lost.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw my I'm just gonna like be on high alert then. I want to make sure I'm listening very intently for any whispers and looking for any shadows very keenly.
Okay. Yeah. You don't really hear anything. You hear like water dripping and some stuff like that, but other than random drops of water and the echoes that makes, you really don't hear much.
Okay. And there's a door right to the north and then a door on the far east wall.
There's like an open door frame to the north of where you guys came down the steps.
Can I look through it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna look through the empty door frame.
Yeah, and from there, you kind of see the following. You see a lot of another additional room full of empty bookshelves and some columns, some rubble on the ground, and another doorway with a door in it.
Which room do we want to go through?
I'm gonna go through the door in the northern room there. I'm gonna walk toward it.
Okay.
Slowly. Carefully.
Yeah,
cautiously.
so you make your way through this northern half of the room, and you notice that ferns have actually started growing inside of this building. There's definitely a lot of cracks in the floor and a lot of pathways where vegetation is starting to peek through.
It's a weed farm, guys. We found it.
Stock up.
Old Toby.
You've
Finest weed in the Shire from my olden days.
and you've solved my room puzzle.
Did I really?
No.
I was going to be like, yeah!
You know what though? Hugh definitely believes that he solved the puzzle.
I am pleased.
And I think with Gris, are you gonna like check out this door?
Yeah,
or are you gonna
I'm
like
gonna open it.
put your ear to it? You're gonna try to detect magic or anything?
I'm gonna open it.
Can anybody else do that? You're opening it?
Yep.
All right. And as you open the door, a long hallway appears in front of you, and that is where we are going to
Oh man.
end for tonight.
It was the hallway.
Fucking knew it.
Nice.
Very nice.
Why, you guys looking forward to a hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me a good hallway, man.
I'm gonna find so many dead bodies.
Whoa.
And you never know.
All right, I'm gonna stop my recording here.
Hallways do tend to be murder funnels in our campaign.
Fucking murder funnels.
That's that should be the episode title, by the way. Murder funnels. Yeah, murder funnels.
No, that's gonna be the title of the next episode.